So here's a gearbox I'm working on, made out of wood. It's kind of like a prototype. I've got another gear that's got to sit in here to mesh with that one. I do that yet. The trick was to get these two sides to line up just right. And if hindsight, I would have made this go down like this, drill the holes together, because my drill press, I can't get this with a bit. It's too long. So the next time I do it, this will actually go on the side, and I can line them up. But as you can see, it's a worm drive. And I tell you what, let's see if I can get it on there. Just to show you. See, it's actually not going to go very fast. I mean, that's probably about the fastest it's going to go. Because you have to understand, this will gear it down to a 1x2. And then what's going to happen is that, I got the shaft over here. This is going to be on there. This is for a pulley. This is a pulley. Then there's another part that goes here. Then the pulley then is going to go out to another pulley, a larger one. And then, so it's a 2-to-1, 2-to-1, and then a 20-to-1. Okay, so I started making a new box. I didn't like the other one. As you can see, I did what I thought I was going to do, put it on the side. So I can put these together in a drill press, drill the straight holes. Worked out really good. And then I just, used a piece of aluminum. I don't know where it is now. Just an angle bar, just to glue it in place. You put these in here. You see it works pretty good. One thing I did notice, though, was that the wheel, or this worm, is off a little bit center, about maybe 0.5 millimeter. So I'm not going to be able to get the wheels tight up against it. But I'm going to have some backlash, but I can. Okay, so to line this shaft up, basically what I did, I just have a centering guide. Took this onto here, put this onto here. I put this up against it, and then just hit this with a hammer. And then what that did was that made an indent, and then I was able to drill a hole for it. And you see I got the aluminum plate on there for that. Okay, so assemble it, set that up. And I made just a wooden spacer. That on there. Get that set up on there. Spacer pretty much holds it in spot. Okay. And then I'll have this part here already made up. You put this on here. And I've got wiggle room, so I can set it up where I need it, where it's going to be the easiest. If I go too far this way, it's tight. This way, it's too far, I can move it around. There's a little bit of backlash you can see on it. And once once I'm satisfied, I'm going to glue this down, clamp it, and glue it. Okay. And then once it's done gluing, I can pin it. But then I'm going to have to also mark this shaft. I'm going to have to cut this shaft so that I can get the plate on here, because that's what's going to hold that in spot. Okay, one thing I noticed on this here, Now, I haven't drilled the hole for this here yet, but these here gears have to mesh, all right? They have to mesh. Now, because of that, that's going to give me too much backlash. So, what I'm thinking, because this here I can put anywhere I want, but this here I can't. So I'm going to have to do here is this. Is I'm going to have to take this off, press this out, and then where it rides, I'm going to have to use something like this here, sand the edge down here so I can get it this way more. I mean, I can always use toothpicks and glue it. Hopefully that'll work. It's going to have to work. Hey, see what I did here? I sanded the edge here. Basically, I just used a pencil to mark it. And then I made a couple of curves with a triangle file. Just took a triangle file, made a couple of lips. And I glued toothpicks in here, put some glue around it. Seemed to work pretty good. So, putting this on here. Let's see here. Getting that in. Here we go. Seems to be pretty decent. Let's get this on. Mesh this. Here's my pointer. Keep that in spot. And as you can see, I just have to put it in the right spot. But I got rid of a lot of the play. Okay, so now it's just to glue this part in the right spot. And we need to do that. Different day. So what I decided to do, so I got this cut ready to go, this cut ready to go. I have to mount these somehow, but I have to be able to take this one off to get the belt off. This one here I could have stayed in there, but then I figured, well, I'm just going to use some angle aluminum. I just mount it, on the inside here. I'll have to drill and tap some holes here. But, of course, dippy me, I already drilled the holes before I lined it up. So now I got to use this block of wood. Just use a punch it, or a centering punch, and then drill that out, and then put it on the outside so that I can drill through whatever. Something I should have thought of earlier. Okay, so I got for some reason, I don't know what happened, but it's off a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this over the table saw to make this flush. Both sides. Right here. I mean, I suppose I could put this over it, but I want it to be as flush as possible. For some reason, it didn't work out quite right. Let's see what happens. All right, so I decided against run this over the table saw because this distance from here to here, I have it set. I don't want to screw with it. I can shim this. This is no problem. Another thing I noticed, see how the shaft runs pretty smooth? Well, the problem with wood is, as you can see here, it goes into it just fine. But if I were to move this like that, see, now it won't. So I gotta move it so it goes into it like that. It's gotta be free floating. There we go. So what I'm going to have to do here is take this off, take this bushing out, and I'm going to use this hardener that I have. I've used this before. It's basically a plastic, and you put it in wood and you dry it, and that's what I'll do to keep these bushings in a certain spot. Let's see how that works out. So as you can see, it's coming together. I put these in here for now to hold this. A little bit of play. But luckily I didn't cut this shaft yet. I'm going to show you something here. Now I got another problem. Let's get this on. Okay. Here's my problem. The shaft is not straight. So which means I'm going to have to take that bushing off, and I'm going to have to oval it this way, just like I had to do the other one. I mean, you know, obviously if there was an easier way to measure this up without a mill, but there's not. Oh well. Alright, so I went ahead, I oval it out, and as you can see, I mean, this is how it was. Now I can move it, put it into place. And then I'm going to have to mount this, hold it, flip it over, and I got to pack some sawdust and glue around the other bushing. It should work out. So here it is. I got this shaft cut, got that on there. That's all on. As you can see, there's a little bit of play, but that might not be. Now there's tightness on it, so I want it as tight as possible, trying to get rid of the play. So now I gotta test this with the torque wrench, see what torque this is going to be. Never just let it down. I need to hook up a motor to this here. Now the only thing I've got, I could hook this one up. This is a 47-to-1. Build a bracket for it, so it would sit here. It's actually overkill, but it's the only one I have that has, what is it? Yeah, 12mm shaft. I can find another one, so that's the next thing. Then I can really do some testing on it. So this was my solution to mount the motor. Just a block of wood, piece of aluminum. I was going to have it this way, covering up this bolt, but then I thought, yeah, probably shouldn't, because then it would get away with these tops. So I'm just going to mount it like this here. I'm going to glue it and clamp it. And the only way to actually put some screws in to hold it, I have to take this apart. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's see how this works out. All right, so got it together, kind of cleaned up the area. I gotta stop using my mad science laboratory as a workshop. As you can see, I got the motor on there, hooked up and everything. And I got this box I made some years ago. This here, it's just a 12-volt box. Because I made this because if I want to do this in the field, 12 volts, I could go to 24, but I have to make a different box. So anyways, I got it hooked up. And let's see how this works out here. I'm going to turn it on. I got it at 10 kilohertz forward. And we just pulse it. And then as you can see, I don't know if you can, it is moving it forward and reverse. And like I said, this is a 47-1. This is actually way too much I need for this. Here's my output. Now let's see if we can test. Let's put a screw. It's pulling on that sucker. There's some torque there. Okay, so I proved to myself, yeah, I mean, I can make a gearbox out of wood. This is not the best. There is a lot of drag on it. I can't go above 10 kilohertz, and I think it's because I've got way too much here. But, you know, for my second attempt, I think it's pretty damn good. I'm going to leave it as it is. Put some more screws here and there. I have to do more of this here, like this on here, to mount that. And then I'll put it into my frame. And well, that's about it for this. I'm not going to talk, you know, I'll have to make a new video of the instrument that I'm going to be moving. Like I said, this here, I got this, and then I got another one I have to turn. So, but yeah, you could do it. Cool.